Welcome back to Zing this week. Today we're going to be starting a unit on targeting markets. And this is really a great unit. It's really fun to work with because as marketers we know that we need to go after the right group of people. That group of people who's most likely to buy our product. And it's really not such a hard thing to do once we begin to understand some of the reasons we go after them and how to find them. There are 4 criteria for a successful segment. 1, it needs to be substantial. It needs to have enough people paying a little bit or a few people paying a lot to make it profitable for us. It also needs to be identifiable and measurable. We need to be able to find out where people who are most likely to buy our product might be and how many of them are there. It needs to be accessible. It needs to be somebody that we can reach, and furthermore that they can reach us. When the man who invented the scooter store began business, he put all of his stores on the frontage roads of interstates, and he was very upset because he had no customers coming into his store. The primary reason, if you think about it, is because the people who needed those services couldn't get into the stores because they were homebound because of some illness or injury. When he realized that, he started advertising on daytime TV, and including a 1-800 number, and of course his business grew exponentially. Finally, the market needs to be responsive. Just as the person with the scooter store found out, you have to be able to see if your customers want the product, and the only way you can find out is if they actually start buying. Your handbook gives several segmentation values, and you'll be looking at those during the course of our creative meeting. We can look at geographic, where people live, demographic, where they are, their gender, their age, their income, even their family life cycle. Psychographic, who you are, your personality, the motives you have, your lifestyle, and a new kind of thing called geodemographics or psychographics, where we combine some of these. We might be looking for people who like a lot of bling, who like to party, and who also live in the Waco area, especially if you were planning something like a club or a dance hall, something like that. We also segment by benefits. People like to know what's in it for me. So if you're marketing something, you need to look at what they're wanting. In many car commercials, you may have seen the one for the Subaru where the man is talking to the little girl in the driver's seat, and then you realize she's grown up, and the purpose is we bought the Subaru because there would be a day that we knew she would grow up and we wanted a safe car. Finally, usage. People use, it's proven fact that 80% of the business generally comes from 20% of the people. If you have ever been a member of a club or a church or some other group, you know that 80% of the work gets done by about 20% of the membership. It's just a known fact. This is one of the reasons stores have loyalty programs. The My Coke Rewards, one of the people in our daytime internship was talking about My Coke Rewards, and she saves the Coke caps and gets points for different things. We start looking at how do we even select it. A lot of people take an undifferentiated approach, a shotgun approach. And Coke used to do this back when in the 60s. Until 1960, they had one kind of drink in one size bottle. They had sugared Coke in a green 6.5 ounce bottle. That was it. So if you wanted Coke, you either had to go to a soda fountain or buy it in a 6.5 ounce bottle. As they began to break out into different kinds of drinks, they had to start looking at, now this wasn't going to work. They were going to have to concentrate on different things. We can concentrate, undifferentiated, we can concentrate our marketing on a target market that's very narrow and small, a group of people who have very specific interests, and it's more like a laser instead of a shotgun. A multi-segmented approach would be to hit several different things, and our case study in Coke Zero looks at that this was a totally different product that grew out of the fact that most men do not like to admit that they want a diet drink, and yet they don't want the calories. So that began a new approach to a multi-segmented thing. Finally, there's one-on-one marketing. It's individualized marketing, a lot of custom stuff, and that helps us work on finding just the right person for just the right product. If you've ever purchased a custom shirt, or designed a custom outfit, or had a car painted with a custom design, then you have been a customer in a one-to-one marketing. So that's what we're going to be looking at. We are going to be working back with Six Flags. You did an excellent job with your Six Flags work. And now I want you to look at how are we let's find 3 different target markets, because you made it very clear that they have not been working with their old target market. And so they've asked us to come back and find some target markets that might be good for them to approach. So 3 target markets and perhaps a media campaign that would work well for them. And our case study is on Coke Zero. So have a good day, a good week, and I will see you next week.